So Matthew, let's talk about Reed a little bit.
Sounds good.
You've been known to call him a little schizophrenic. Can you talk about that a little bit? And is that...
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk about it.
Go on.
I was just going to say, is that something that evolves over time? Like with this new season, are we seeing different sides of this that we haven't seen before?
It's a good question. Yeah, I think... Well, his mother always had shades of schizophrenia. I always pronounce it wrong. And they started weaning it in a little bit with season 2. And then... I don't know, it kind of died out, and we sort of, I don't know if you watch the show much, but it's sort of, we wrestle often with, dwelling on this, I've been painting my walls all day, and I'm sniffing paint thinner for the past 2.5 days, and my mind is completely frazzled.
So you're a little schizophrenic.
I've gone schizophrenic, yeah. I'll start again. And action Gubler. Yes, Reed has shades of schizophrenia. His mother is schizophrenic, and throughout the show they have tried to sort of weave it in. But we've gone away from it. I've heard grumblings that we might get back into it, which I like it. I like the storyline. I feel bad for Reed. He's got a lot of rough things going on.
I always like when he interacts with the ladies, and he seems to get close.
Yeah.
And there's little hints that maybe there was something that happened off screen, and note cards left, business cards left with lipsticks.
Oh yeah, that was so weird. Reed was so. I feel like I was such a weirdo referring to him in third person, like I'm a real like one of those guys. But Reed, I'll do it anyway. Reed, when he does magic, he opens up to the ladies. I thought that was kind of funny. I don't know what's going on. I feel like his love life is a bit non-existent, kind of like mine, but a little bit.
And so, do we see any of those elements happen in season 6, at least at this point?
Not thus far, but there's sort of been so much going on in season 6 with like AJ unfortunately leaving and like Pat. So I think the last concern on the writer's mind is like whether or not Reed is smooching the babes, but we'll see.
And how Reed and JJ were close. So how's that kind of work into the show as well? Because the episode I think that just aired starts dealing with some of that now that she's gone. Again, we're all really sad to see AJ go, and I think if the show were reality, I think Reed would be struck the hardest. He had a crush on her, as did I. Don't tell Nate, her husband. Okay. But nobody sees. And so, the job that all the guys do on the show, the whole team, why do you think they do it? Because it's a hard job, physically, mentally, everything. But yet, these guys are doing it. Why do you think that is?
It's a good question. I think why do firefighters risk their life? Or there's a sense of heroism that I'm like a coward in real life, so I don't think I could chase criminals with a gun. But luckily, people do it, and we're just lucky to get to portray it. I think, I don't know if it's almost. I think what's interesting to me about the show is while we delve into the criminal mind, the mind of the person that's trying to catch the criminal is also in its own way, I think, sort of interesting. It's like what kind of darkness probably lurks there in their heads. And are we gonna knock? Am I totally hallucinating? No. Okay.
Somebody just walking.
Godzilla just entered the building and is walking heavily. But so I think there is. I like when the episodes obviously delve into our own personal lives, but I think there's a bit of a give and take with how much they're allowed to. They don't want the show to become like 90210,
right?
Which Quantico 90210 doesn't quite have the same ring to it. But so they, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a roundabout way of me just like not answering. I didn't even answer a question in that.
I think that's fine.
So you cool with taking that?
You can take a nap.
Keep talking. Keep asking me questions.
This could be like therapy.
All right. This is great. All right. Now, let's do it like this. Now I feel much better.
There you go.
All right.
It's like therapy. So
do I look at you or should I just look up at the arrow?
Wherever you're comfortable.
I'm gonna look like this.
Okay.
One of these like Shamar Moore poses.
There you go. And now, the one thing...
More here, ladies. I don't know if you know, my eyebrows are real nice.
You got the eyebrows down.
I've been working on it.
Look at that. Sometimes, Reed, sometimes they don't let him do things, or he just doesn't do, like, drive a car and things like that. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I'll mention that. Every member of the cast always argues, I'm going to drive the car. No, I'm driving the car. I'm driving the car. So I made it, in my head... Reed I never want to drive a car as long as he's chauffeured. He's used to the finer things in life, so he never drives a car. But the joke is, when Joe Mantegna came on the show, he has the same mentality that I have, and he said he never wants to drive a car. So he and I get along really well in real life and on the show because I think we're both, I don't know, we're similar guys. But so a funny situation arose where Reed and Rossi were in a car, someone had to drive it, but neither one of us ever drives the SUV. And I, in my head, even said like Reed doesn't have a driver's license, although I drove one car in one episode.
Okay.
But I think it ended up we drew straws and Joe drove. So I'm very proud of that. I don't drive the SUV.
But do you think Reed is capable of more? I always feel like he is, just from a viewer standpoint.
Oh, thank you. I agree. Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit of his there's like 7 or 8 main characters on the show, and they, it's like, at times, I think Reed's capable of more, but we have 44 minutes to like tell the story, catch the bad guy, have Thomas do this, and Shamar do, so it's like, everything kind of gets, there'll be some Reed episodes, I think, one day somewhere.
Is it safe to assume you make some of those faces like when you're off camera, when they're actually doing those faces?
I'm so serious on set. I'm so serious on set. It's painful how serious I know. Occasionally.
Oh my God! Well, Matthew, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful,
Yeah,
and be careful with that gun.
Oh,
you've got the gun.
If anyone asks, I'm the quickest draw. Here, say wait.
Okay.
Say draw.
Draw.
Wait, watch this. Pretending I'm sleeping.
Okay.
And then you're a murderer, and you're coming into my house, and I'm just like.
Okay.
All right. And you open the door and say
draw.
Whoa!
That was awesome.
Can you speed that up? Make it look faster?
We can do it. We'll do some effects there.
On the internet. All right.
All right. Thank you, Matt.